What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome to another Forsaken Paranormal video. Paranormal story. I know the boys done theirs way back when, but it's about time I do mine. I'm Jordan, as some of you already know. If you don't know, the first time on the channel, go and check some of the other stuff out. There's some interesting bits. But anyway, my paranormal story literally starts as my childhood. I grew up in a Victorian house built in the late 1800s. Throughout my childhood, it was stuff you couldn't really explain. Some interesting things was going to happen. One of the biggest thing that sticks with me to this day, which really got me interested, could have got me scared, that's what it was, because at the time I was hiding under the blankets. That's a polite version. Anyway, it must have been about 6 or 7. I was ill at the time. I'd been in hospital, come out. I can remember, rather than sleeping in my own bedroom, I slept in with my dad, and their bedroom where this house was, it was like facing, it was a step up onto the landing, directly facing the hallway. And for whatever reason, I woke up in the middle of the night and glanced up, as you do, looked, and I could see a guy standing on the step, literally before the come down into the bedroom. Didn't really recognise him because his moustache, glasses, dark hair. I could see it to this day. You know, as you do as a kid, blanket over your head, and yeah, it scared me. I'll be honest, it did scare me. And yeah, in the morning I talked to my dad about it. He's like, "Why didn't you wake me up?" sort of thing. And over time I learned a lot more stuff went on in that house, which I will touch base on a little bit. But going back to this guy, you know, this is where it gets a bit interesting for me. I can remember going down my mother's uncle's house, lives a good half hour away or so, and I'm going to the bathroom. It's been a couple of years later. And old house again, terraced house, bathroom upstairs. Walking up the steps, and you had all these family photos on the stairway, which is pretty cool. And then I glanced across in this one, and the guy I seen standing at the bottom of the bed was a guy in the photograph, which was my mother's grandpa, which was very interesting, which, you know, gives me a bit of goosebumps thinking about it this time. But yeah, back to that house, a lot of stuff happened. I lived there from baby right through till I was about 12, 13, and yeah, you know, it was one of them houses you could always feel a bit uneasy. And I know you say kids scared to go upstairs anyway. I was never scared of the dark, but I can remember if I have to go and get something upstairs on my own, it was always run up, run down, because it used to be like that there. My parents as well, even like now, they've told me stories there. One of them being where obviously child goes to bed a lot earlier than the parents do, and they walked upstairs because they could hear someone bouncing on the bed. So they walked in, Dad seen a kid jumping up and down on their bed, and thinking it was me. Wasn't me, was it? I was fast asleep in my bed. So quite a few interesting stuff like that happened over the years there. Like I said, they got stories that can go on, like they're quite sensitive to it. But anyway, let's fast forward a bit now. So that would have been mid to late 90s. So I'm a 90s baby. I'm the baby of the group, apart from Kurt. Anyway, so you grow up watching programs like Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, all that sort, and it really gives you like an eye opener. Even when you used to like Most Haunted used to be like whoa to me. Even like before you like get a bit older, you learn about the politics in it, the stuff that wasn't really happening. You know, they used to fake stuff, and when stuff did happen, you could actually tell that the difference between what's put on, what isn't put on, which was a bit, you know, a bit of a sad experience really. So then that's just what made me think then I would love to do this myself. Now, lucky enough, it wasn't really meant to happen. The boys were going on a ghost hunt in the Skirrid Inn with their other friend Mike. Shout out Mike. And for whatever reason he couldn't go, so Kurt said, "Do you want to come along?" I'd never met Mr. Lee at this point, so this was the very first time meeting him. You know, it's one of these chaps, as soon as we see him, you think, yeah, I can get on well with him. And we do, all these 3 years later or so now. It's like I've known him my whole life, literally. So yeah, it goes on Skirrid Inn. A couple of interesting things happened there, in all fairness. Now, it's a bit skeptical when it comes to that as well, because this is when we was doing like paid ghost hunts with companies. Loads of people around, so you can, noise contamination, etc. is a little bit thing, and some people go in, ooh, you know, the over dramatic stuff, because they are generally scared. They think there's going to be ghosts, you know, going to walk out the door or something. But over the years now, we've learned to do it ourselves, literally in the buildings. The only ones there, basically, on the odd occasion where we, like in Mansfield, where the guy had to sit in like the CCTV room, but we don't mind that, you know. We know it's gonna be no one really contaminating our other stuff. So we've done some interesting locations. I've got 2 that really stand out for me. So here's my top 2. One being 30 Strife. Yes, it's meant to be the most haunted house in the UK. it just went, there's stuff there I really can't explain. I'm not going to say it's fully haunted, you know, stuff going crazy there. Well, yeah. Anyway, my favourite part of that is all in the bathroom upstairs, and 4 of us in a little bathroom in this council estate, well, council house. So it's not the biggest of houses. And yeah, downstairs there was just stuff was going on. There was noises. You could get vibes from there, and you could hear stuff being moved to the point. This was about 3 o'clock in the morning. We generally thought someone was breaking into the property, so sort of like quit the lockdown, walked downstairs, checked the car, checked the around the house. Absolutely no one there. And then upon investigating, looking around to see, you know, see if you can see anything was moved, the clock on the mantelpiece had actually moved from the middle over to the right side and was leaning, which was crazy. But we had 3 GoPros on this room and a camera, I think it was actually. But this is the bit that gets me more than anything. You can literally, in the video, for no reason at all, you can hear the GoPro beep 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 beep, beep going off. Now it would have been, my one would have been here, which would have been facing the mantelpiece, and it's beeped off before the bloody clock moved, innit? So that's the chances. But the ball in that room as well, in the one room, 4 of us in there with Alan, and the one ball was literally over where Kurt was, and Alan was lying across the floor, so ball couldn't roll. And we were trying to zoom in on the one, so we had one in the doorway also, trying to focus on that. In the time period of, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, the one ball had actually moved from over there to here, which is very smart, because again, it wasn't captured. So that's, you know, we all know what happened, but again, you just got to take us on word for it. But the evidence review of that place, listen there, clear as day. A little girl in the upstairs bedroom. What are you doing in here? In a Yorkshire accent, terrible Yorkshire accent, but there we go, that's the closest you're going to get. So that place is up there. But the second place, Varteg House. Now, the crew have mixed opinions on that place. Some of us really felt it, some of us didn't. But some incredible experiences there. I can remember the one room, because the story of it is, if you haven't seen it already on there, I'm going to mumble jumble a little bit with it. One of our, well, Kurt's mutual friends actually rented the property, lasted 1 or 2 nights there, moved out, couldn't stick it. Now I know personally for me, when I walked in there, I had like chills, ecstatic. I had to walk back out of there. For so, you know, 2 of the boys were right, and 2 of us were affected with it. So we actually done this place twice, the first week and then the following week straight after there. Crazy stuff. They had little like smellies, you know, the batteries that are just meant to just go off over certain time periods of every hour or whatever. Now they were just popping out of the house, and we actually caught this on camera if you scroll back through. But I can specifically remember sitting in the bedroom and I could hear someone go like that, clear as day, no one else up there. And the audio caught it, didn't it? So it wasn't just me, but that house had just crazy vibes. So I know we've done a lot of great locations, and I can take stuff from it all. If you want me to rumble a little bit, Drakelow Tunnel, there's been stuff there I can't, you know, even explain. From hearing like monks chanting to then going in the underground hospital with Lee, this was, and just having crazy French stuff coming through on the spirit box. And that seems to happen a lot in French with stuff. So I don't know what the relation is with that, but crazy. But that's top 2 going into another one. And I know we go to the point we like to disprove stuff. If we capture it, great. We're still not saying this is paranormal, but it's stuff we can't explain, and that's exactly what I like. So there's a lot of exciting things to come. Check out the other boys' paranormal stories, because they're on there also. And yeah, I'm just going to sign it off there. Looking forward to showing you many more stuff in the years to come. Boosh.